Hey guys, it's Erica, and as you know, the holidays are approaching and gift giving season is here. So one of my favorite gifts to give and to receive are plants. So I'm here to kind of help you out in choosing plants for someone who is really obsessed with plants and has a ton of plants like me and probably like a lot of you watching, or if you are just buying a plant for someone who doesn't have any plants, they don't really have a green thumb, but you really want to get them into plants anyways. I think that plants are generally a well-received gift. So first off, if you are shopping for your spouse, your friend, your parents, your children who are already plant obsessed, they most likely have a plant wish list, which is kind of crazy because we already have so many plants. But it's true, we have wish lists. So I would recommend to kind of pay attention when they're talking about a plant that they want, or like, oh my gosh, I saw this beautiful plant, I wish I could get it. Kind of maybe like sneakily write it down in your notes app. Try to like write it down as best as possible. But yeah, they usually have a wish list, so I would recommend to get plants off of there if you can. I know that sometimes plants on wish lists can be rare, so they're kind of pricey and they're not that easy to get your hands on. So if you know someone's wish list and those plants do not seem like a feasible option for you, that's okay, because these plants will be good to give that plant obsessed person regardless if it's a wish list plant or not. And if you are giving this to a person who does not have a green thumb, these plants are pretty easy to take care of. They're relatively cheap compared to how expensive plants can get. Don't worry if you're buying a plant obsessed person a plant and it's not one that they necessarily have on their wish list, or they might have it already. It's always really special to receive a plant as a gift, and that plant will become special to them just because it was really thoughtful of you to get them that gift. It's just really special to receive a gift like that. So don't even sweat it. It's fine if they already have the plant. It's fine if it wasn't on their wish list. They will probably be very grateful and feel so like happy to just receive any plant at all. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get into it. So these plants that I'm going to be talking about, they're pretty common plants. They're kind of they're generally easy to find, and they're not super expensive like I mentioned earlier. They're also pretty easy to care for. One quick little thing I want to mention, if you are someone who has a lot of plants and you're trying to give a plant to another plant friend maybe, or just someone who doesn't have any plants at all, I just want to say propagation and a Q-pot goes a really long way. Very inexpensive, probably the most inexpensive it can get. And I know if you really love plants, you already thought of that, so I just wanted to throw it out there just to cover all my bases. Okay, first plant that I have to mention is a Hoya. This is a Hoya Crimson Queen, and honestly, you can get them any Hoya. I've seen Hoyas at Lowe's and Home Depot, and the reason why I think Hoyas are really good as gifts is because they're just, like, for example, this one is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I specifically chose this Hoya because the variegation on the leaves is just amazing. The way they grow is really funky. So you know how they have these like little reachers? I think those are really entertaining to watch, kind of like reach out and then grow their little leaves on. So they're fun to watch grow. They don't need watering very often. The only thing is that they do need a lot of bright light. So if your friend doesn't have a lot of bright light, or whoever you're buying your gift for, or your wife, you know, I'm just gonna say friend throughout this whole video. But if the person you want to buy this gift for does not have a lot of bright light, that's the only reason why I would say it's a no-go. Any other Hoya is cool too. If you want to get them a Hoya carnosa compacta, I think that's a very cool plant. And if your friend is a really planty person, I would recommend a variegated Hoya carnosa compacta. I saw one before and I really wish I bought it. I'm really kicking myself for not buying that one. but that one is more difficult to get your hands on. Just in general, this is a pretty solid gift to give. Also I want to mention to keep in mind the size of the plant you're giving. So this one is pretty big. I could take a propagation and put it in a 4-inch pot. I think that 4-inch pot is a pretty good size. 4 6-inch, pretty good size. This one is a hanging one. So the next plant that I have on this list are Syngoniums. So here I have this adorable pink little Syngonium. I think it's called a coral Syngonium. I'm gonna have to check. But as you can see, it has these beautiful pink leaves. So if you're buying this plant for someone who would adore having a pink plant, this is definitely an amazing option. They don't need the brightest light. They don't need that much water that often. Usually I just water it whenever it droops, so it's very obvious that the plant needs water. It also grows pretty quickly, so it's a great plant. I would highly recommend this as a gift. Especially like maybe for the holidays, you find one that kind of has more holiday looking colors, because there's a lot of different colors of this Syngonium. Like this one is a more kind of, I think this one looks like it would be like maybe a Christmas gift Syngonium, because of the green and kind of like the more reddish looking leaves than the pink one. And I think just colorful plants in general are very cool. The next plants on this list are Scindapsus Pictus, specifically Scindapsus Pictus. This one that I have here is the Argyraeus. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's 2 different types of them. And this one, they're both equally beautiful. They are so gorgeous. But this plant I think is like a very, very good plant to get as a gift for someone. So this one has smaller kind of flecks, and they're outlined with this gorgeous, just a silvery color. This one is called a satin pothos also. They're very easy to care for, just like a pothos. It's just an absolutely gorgeous plant. I have the other one, let me show you. And then this here is a Silvery Ann. It's what its common name is. And this one, as you can see, it has much bigger leaves and it has a lot more silver on it. And both of these plants are so gorgeous, and I think it would be super fantastic to get any one of these as a gift. The next plant that I have to recommend is a very common plant. They are sold at Home Depot, at Lowe's, like your generally big box stores, but they're very cool. They're very cool plants. So it's a peace lily, and I have a peace lily back here. This is just a regular one, but there are so many different sizes and just different kind of variegations of it, different kinds of peace lilies. And this one here, I forgot what it's called, but I'll put it up on the screen, has this like beautiful like silver coloring to the leaves. It's not that deep green that peace lilies usually have. This one is more kind of like has a light wash on it. You can see the leaves here. And then there's also another kind. This one is so big, but you can see that the leaves have this gorgeous variegation on it. And this is kind of like a variegated peace lily. Like, that is so beautiful. It has little splashes of white on it. I would say this is probably my favorite kind of variegation on a peace lily. And peace lilies flower and everything, but do keep in mind that if the person you are buying this plant for has a pet, this is not pet safe, so this probably isn't going to be the best plant for them. But both of those peace lilies are absolutely gorgeous. There's so many you can choose from. They're very easy to take care of. They're one of the easiest plants to take care of in my opinion. Another plant that I would recommend for like a beginner maybe, is a Pylea Pepperomiodes. I don't have one to show you because I did kill mine, but I am going to be purchasing another one For a lot of people, they're a very easy plant to take care of, and they're a very cool looking plant. I'll have like a little picture here. They are super little funky plants, and they grow very fast from what I hear if you give them the right conditions, and you can like form it into a ball, and that plant is just a very cool one, and I'm definitely getting my hands. That's what I'm gifting myself for Christmas, another Pylea Pepperomiodes, and hopefully that one will thrive. But I do recommend that plant to give because it's a very unique looking plant. I think it would be cool for someone who doesn't really see, like, they're not really into plants and they just see this really funky plant. I think it's really cool. I have here a Philodendron. I just completely blanked on what it's called. A Philodendron, I don't remember, oh, micans. A Philodendron micans, and this one I think is a very gorgeous plant. It has these velvety little leaves, and it's more of a dark color. So this is one of those darker colored plants. I would highly recommend this plant for a beginner, or any actually trailing philodendron I think is good for beginners. This one is, I think any plant lover would be really happy to receive a micans as a gift. So those are all my recommendations. I didn't want to kind of suggest anything that would be too expensive or too difficult to find. If you are someone who is not into plants yourself, but you're looking for a plant to give a plant lover, then I can make a separate video on that. I don't know how many people will be interested. These are just more basic plants that you can kind of give anyone. If you guys have any recommendations of plants that you think would be good for giving as a gift, feel free to leave them down below, because kind of be easier just to scroll down and see what other plants people recommend. Some other little ideas for giving that aren't really plants but are related to plants are like a cute little macrame hanger, a cute pot, maybe some really good pruning shears, but that is it. So like I said, leave down any recommendations that you have. Again, if you're interested in hearing maybe some gift ideas for a plant obsessed person and you're not really into plants yourself, let me know. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you feel like it, and leave a thumbs up if you thought the video was alright. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!